whisper about my day. I did a video of this already talking about it and kind of joking about it. I didn't whisper, so I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to redo it whispering, basically. Both videos are going to be slightly different. I'm going to add a little bit more to this about the start of my day. The previous video I just referenced only talked about the night, and it was a little bit more serious and just kind of in like more of a vlog format than an ASMR format. But yeah, so I'll get started about my day in a second. I'll start out quickly by acknowledging that I got into the YouTube partnership program, so thanks everybody for tuning in, getting my watch hours up, and all that kind of stuff. Thank you. Start of my day, I had a job interview. I'm not 100% sure which job I'm going to take if I'm offered, because I've had 2 job interviews this week. One of them I think I'm going to have a secondary interview on Wednesday. The other one just finished today. They're going to get back to me in a week or 2. I already know which one I'd prefer, but I also know that the other one is a good way to go as well. So it was a lumber mill, and that was the job today that I got interviewed for. The pros is it pays a lot. The cons is it's hard work and it's a commute, because all the mills in my town closed long ago. So this is in like 2 or 3 towns over. So it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there. And the shift started at 5. So I'd literally be waking up at 3 a.m. to get there. So that's crazy. I don't know if I can do the wake up at 3 a.m. thing. It's an interesting concept. They have different shifts. That was the one I was interviewed for. So if they're interested, I could see if I could get the other shift or a different location. Because they have not a mill, but they have a warehouse that's a little bit closer to me. And I wonder if that would be an option to explore with them, but I feel like I did the interview pretty good. The guys that were interviewing me were fucking huge, like lumberjacks. They were like 6'4" and like solid, like fucking like 6'4", 280 with like lumberjack beards, like a stereotype. It was fucking absurd. It was crazy to see. So maybe I don't even have the stamina to do that, but because I'm a smaller guy. But I would like to at least have like a trial shift to see, even if I wanted the other job, and not the mill job. I think I just want to do a shift to see if I have what it takes. But I don't think they would offer that or see a point in letting me do that. But it would be interesting. There are some smaller guys that were about my size working there. I don't know if they do the main production or if they're just on forklifts or how hard of an actual job it is. It seems like it'd be quite labor intensive. I'm not afraid of that. If afraid of anything, it would be quitting my current job and then going to this job and then seeing it. I bit off too much, that I biting off too much and I can't chew it. What the fuck? Why can't I say that right? Anyways, biting off more than I can chew, and then having to like quit it or go back to my old job and then my old job might not be there. So there's risk in there. Then the sleep schedule thing, like I think it's a rotating schedule where like they switch up the mornings with the other shift on like different like it's 2 weeks this and then 2 weeks that or something, which I don't know. It's the commute and the sleep that's the main problem to me. Like, anyways, that was my beginning of my day. I think the interview went well. I think they will offer me the job, to be honest. So, that is something. I guess another part of the commute problem would be I have a very small car and I don't want to run the shit out of it. I don't want to need to buy a truck and then spend more money on gas. So, I don't know. It's something to think about. The other job is managing a nonprofit, which would be cool. So after that, there was like this carnival. I went to that. Well, actually, first I went to a campground. It was a campground by like this river, and I'm gonna post some nature shorts of a dam and some things that I saw by the campground. And on the way back, there was a carnival. So I kind of hung out there for a little bit, and there was like a wrestling match, and there was like the Ferris wheels and cotton candy and all the stereotypical stuff. Felt weird not having a girlfriend there, like just being like just a single person, just being at a carnival. Like there were a couple other single people. I think the demographics was about 40% kids, like high school and younger. Maybe like 20% like couples. Probably another, I think the remainder would be a mixture of like seniors and I guess like single women, basically, which would be good for me if I knew how to approach single women properly. I've learned that you can't really cold approach women. You kind of need a wingman, which my dog would have been a good wingman, but he passed away. But anyways, I don't want to make myself sound thirsty and desperate in this video. That's not the point of this video. And I wasn't there to pick up chicks anyways. I was just there because I was driving by and I saw the Ferris wheel and I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, it did feel a little awkward being single there. Just kind of, I don't think there's many other just single guys hanging around there. And the ones that were like 60. I think there was another one that had a dog, and I think that kind of makes it more normal, as if you're just like a single guy and you have a dog, it's like, oh, well, that's a dog guy. But I felt kind of awkward just standing around, but probably in my head too much. I'm always self-conscious about things like that. Didn't have any cotton candy. I did have some, what did I have? Pierogies. And they weren't good, they sucked. And I got them from a food truck. Gross. No, food trucks are okay, but the pierogies kinda did suck. And they forgot my iced tea, but I did remind them and they gave it to me, so it was no big deal. Overpriced. I think I paid like $20 for like 6 small pierogies from a truck. Like what? Like what the fuck is that? After that I came home and it was a long drive because, like I said, like the job interview was like 2 hours away. Like what the fuck? Anyways, so when I got home it was pretty late because I was actually at the carnival for like 4 hours and it was like a 2-hour drive, so I was out there all day in this small town. And when I got home I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go on a jog, put them on my running shoes. And I didn't really jog. I walked, and like this homeless lady came up to me. Well, she's not homeless. I think she's in a group home or rehab, she said. She just got out of a mental institution and she was smoking crystal. Well, she wasn't smoking it, but she said she was high on speed. And she asked if I wanted to hang out, and I said okay. I was gonna go on a jog, but you can just follow me. So she followed me around, and she basically was saying like all kinds of like crazy ass stuff. Not to judge or say crazy in a negative way, but like that her parents were famous and owed her like tens of millions of dollars, and she's a demigod and things. And I tried to give some helpful advice, and she wanted to hang out more, and she basically asked me where I lived, and I didn't want to give out that information for safety reasons, because there is women that set up guys to get robbed, and they'll steal from you and things like that. So I have to keep myself safe. But it was nice to have someone to talk to, and I think I helped her in some way. But she seemed sad when we had to part, and I don't know if that's because she needs a positive role model and a friend, or if it was because she was setting me up for something. And I like giving people the benefit of the doubt, and I see the better side in people these days. I used to see it the other way around. But I can't risk it. I can't risk having somebody that's, I was gonna say like that, but I don't want to be that harsh with it. But I don't want somebody that's hanging around with people that are probably doing like some sort of stealing, and she was high on meth and out of the psych ward, so it's not someone you really want to know your home address. But like if I see her again, I'll still stop and say hey, and we can still hang out again. This would be the second, well, I was going to say second homeless lady, but I guess she's in a group home, so she's not technically homeless. But this would be the second homeless lady that I hung out with this week. It seems like homeless women and schizophrenics approach me and want to hang out quite often, and I've never actually turned any of them down. I feel like schizophrenia is an illness that comes from isolation, and I think talk therapy is one of the most helpful things for it, and re-socialization. So I think if a schizophrenic person wants to talk to you, it's almost like a obligation to talk to them. I see it that way. Otherwise you're going to get further and further lost in outer space, and so to speak. So yeah, she called me a gentleman. I don't know if she meant it, but or if that was like part of like a prostitution thing, but it was actually quite nice to talk to her, and I wish her well. And it sounds like, I don't know if anyone had to listen to the Tim Dillon show. He does a Trump impression. I think it was Gleneth Maxwell, like whoever Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend was. Like when he was asked what his opinions on Gleneth were, he says, well, I wish her well. And Tim Dillon has like a bit about that, so that's why I was kind of laughing about that for a second there. But anyways, I gave her my Instagram, but she doesn't have Instagram. But if she wants to meet up for a jog or something, I'd meet up with her for that. I want to be a positive role model to people. After that, there was kind of this cookout thing, a Jamaican cookout thing that I walked by, and I basically just walked up and kind of just tried to join it, but I was wallflowering and awkward, and I was not vibing at all with their vibe, and yeah, so I just basically left. I just kind of went in, boop, and then boop, out, and then I came back home, recording the ASMR, and I'm gonna post this tomorrow. I have a tattoo removal, laser surgery, part of my leveling up and correcting past behaviors. I had one tattoo on my chest of an ex-girlfriend's name. That's long removed, but that's the kind of the craziness level that I was on when I was younger. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank everyone for subscribing. I am in the partnership program now, so you mofos are gonna get ads soon, so ha ha ha. That's your reward for helping me, is now you're gonna get bombarded with ads, and then everyone's gonna stop coming here, and then the channel's gonna fucking die. Hopefully not, but if I put ads, I'm just gonna put one quick one at the front. I don't even know how I'm in charge of that. I haven't seen the edit screen for that yet. But YouTube takes its time with these things, so when you're approved, I think it takes another week or two for like the rollout. Anyways, I'm gonna end this here. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's having a great life. I hope this video served a purpose for you. If it was relaxing or mildly entertaining or whatever it did for you, if it did something for you, then great. God bless all you. Thanks for checking in. Peace out. Boy.